We've all been there. We want what we can't have. It's human nature. When something is off limits, it becomes more appealing. It's like a magnet drawing us in. This desire for the forbidden is a powerful force in our lives. It can drive us to make choices we wouldn't otherwise consider. This attraction to the forbidden fruit is deeply rooted in our psychology. When something is scarce or restricted, it takes on an aura of value. We see it as more desirable, even if it's not inherently better. This principle applies to everything from material possessions to romantic relationships. Think about it. A hard-to-get person seems more alluring. A limited edition item feels more luxurious. Our brains are wired to place a premium on scarcity. This is a basic survival instinct, honed over millennia. We're naturally drawn to what's rare and valuable. In the past, this instinct helped us secure resources and survive. But in the modern world, it can lead us down a dangerous path. The endless pursuit of the forbidden can leave us feeling empty and unfulfilled. Why are we so drawn to the forbidden? The answer lies in the way our brains are wired. Our brains are hardwired to seek pleasure and avoid pain. This basic drive influences everything we do, including our pursuit of the forbidden. When we encounter something forbidden or restricted, our brains release dopamine. Dopamine is a neurotransmitter associated with pleasure, reward, and motivation. It's the same chemical that's released when we eat chocolate, have sex, or achieve a goal. This surge of dopamine creates a powerful sense of anticipation and excitement. We crave that feeling again and again. This is why we can become addicted to the chase. The thrill of the pursuit becomes more rewarding than the actual attainment. Moreover, our brains are also wired to pay attention to novelty. When something is new or different, it captures our attention. This is because our brains are constantly scanning our environment for potential threats and rewards. The forbidden, by its very nature, is often novel and exciting. It represents a break from the ordinary, a chance to experience something new and different. This novelty triggers our reward system, making us crave more. This is how the cycle of sin begins, with a simple neurological response to scarcity and novelty. The cycle of sin often starts subtly. It begins with attraction, a simple noticing of something appealing yet off limits. This attraction could be towards anything, a material possession, a risky behavior, or even another person. This attraction, fueled by the allure of the forbidden, quickly morphs into pursuit. We start investing time, energy, and resources into obtaining the object of our desire. We justify our actions, convincing ourselves that it's worth the risk. The pursuit phase is often marked by secrecy and deception. We hide our actions from others, fearing judgment and consequences. This secrecy further feeds the allure of the forbidden, making it seem even more desirable. However, the attainment of the forbidden often leads to a crashing letdown. The thrill of the chase disappears, replaced by a hollow feeling of emptiness. The object of our desire, once so alluring, now seems ordinary. The anticipated pleasure fails to materialize, leaving us feeling disappointed and unfulfilled. Section 4. Compromising our values, the price of the chase. The pursuit of the forbidden rarely comes without a cost. In our relentless chase, we often end up compromising our values and principles. We justify our actions, convincing ourselves that the end justifies the means. We might lie, cheat, or steal to get what we want. We might betray the trust of loved ones, putting our own desires above their well-being. The pursuit of the forbidden can make us act in ways we never thought possible. This compromise of values creates a rift within ourselves. We start to question our own moral compass, leading to feelings of guilt, shame, and regret. The once clear boundaries between right and wrong become blurred. We lose sight of who we are and what we stand for. This internal conflict adds to the overall sense of emptiness and disillusionment. The price of the forbidden fruit often turns out to be far higher than we anticipated. Section 5. Empty victories, the emptiness of forbidden fruit. The moment of triumph, the attainment of the forbidden, is often bittersweet. The initial thrill of victory quickly fades, replaced by a profound sense of emptiness. We realize that the forbidden fruit, once so enticing, has failed to deliver on its promise of lasting happiness. The emptiness stems from a fundamental misalignment. We've been chasing an external object, hoping it would fill an internal void. This void, however, is not something that can be filled with material possessions or fleeting experiences. It's a void that can only be filled by a sense of purpose, meaning and connection. The pursuit of the forbidden distracts us from addressing the root cause of this emptiness. It keeps us trapped in a cycle of craving and seeking, never finding true satisfaction. This realization can be painful, forcing us to confront the fact that we've been chasing an illusion.